Ride Along with Vanessa Morning Show starts now. This week's episode is sponsored by Dollhouse of Tampa Salon and Studio. Find your inner doll. They offer quick weaves, sew-ins, and much, much more to fit every occasion. Need a wig? Selena's got you. She will customize a unit just for you. Book your next appointment on Booksy today. Did someone say nails? Honey, forget the Bayhive. Contact Queen Bee herself. She offers customized designer nails and even designer press-ons that she will customize and ship to you. Braids, and even twists. Book with Tiffany right on Facebook. Find your inner doll at Dollhouse Tampa Salon and Studio. Tampa. This week's episode is sponsored by Hustle and Bling. It don't mean a thing if you ain't got that bling. Lovely paparazzi designer pieces for only $5. That's right, $5. And don't worry about it if the kid gets in the jewelry box. They're only $5. Make sure you catch Allison Mondays and Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays, live on Instagram and Facebook, promoting some of these wonderful fashion fixes that you'll enjoy. And if you miss it, check out the website. Don't mean a thing if it ain't got that bling. Hustle and Bling.
Hello, writers. I've partnered with Queen Beauty Studio to purchase these amazing lashes and other deliciousness, like this wonderful matte lipstick I'm wearing. Grab that link. You'll be glad you did. Stay in love. Stay in Love TV is your production to distribution solution to getting your message seen and heard. Having your own TV show with Stay in Love TV has never been easier than now. Stay in Love TV gives you the power to share your message with the world. Stop watching TV and start being watched on TV. Stay in Love TV offers real-time multicasting, all with one click. This opportunity puts you on the world stage with an audience of over 200 million. In addition to your low monthly subscription fees, you will also receive monthly network coaching and training from the network itself to ensure that before your first show premieres, you are set up for success. We at Stay in Love TV bring over 20 years experience in sales, marketing, advertising, and business development. Stay in Love TV, purposeful entertainment driven by love, empowered with passion, fueled with faith. Go to www.stayinlovetv.com and let's get started.
Hello everyone. I am Vanessa Klinger, your intuitive life strategist and life coach motivator. Welcome to the Ride Along with Vanessa Morning Show, where we provide you 100% free coaching at your service. Raw, real enlightenment at its best. So come on in and enjoy the ride as we take you higher into the dimensions of God. It's a brand new season. It's a brand new network. And guess what? Everything is going your way. You guys ready? Let's go. Your intuitive life strategist and life coach motivator. Welcome to the Ride Along with Vanessa Morning Show. We provide you with 100% free coaching at your service. Raw, real enlightenment at its best. So come on in. Enjoy the ride as we take you higher, higher, higher into the dimensions of God. How are you guys doing on this fun, fantastic, funky Friday? It's fun, fantastic, funky Friday, guys. And I'm telling you, I have a wonderful talk for you today. We are getting closer and closer as we wrap up the season 10. I can't believe I've been going live and I produced for you guys 10
seasons of the Ride Along with Vanessa Morning Show. And guess what? We just getting started. We are just getting started. Brand new network, brand new season. So liberating. It really, really is. And I owe it all to you guys. So thank you so much for your support. Just one moment. Hello, son. Hello. Thank you for always shining bright in my life, son, and guiding me along my way. Thank you, son. Yes, that's right. The sun is shining bright in sunny Florida. I'm actually out here in Gulfport Beach, Florida. I love it. I love this area, and I know that where I am is temporary. So, however long I am to be here, I'm grateful for it. So thank you, Spirit. Thank you guys so much. Okay, all right. We are getting started. Let me find me a nice spot with just a wee bit shade because, if the phone gets hot, it'll just shut off. And we don't want that to happen. I also don't want to be disturbed either. So let's see. Where we going, Vanessa? Where we going? I got to stare at the water universe. So let's find something here. Okay, yeah, this is perfect. All right. How are you guys doing? Are you doing good? Let me say hello to social media world as I park here. Let me say hello. Hello, social media world. Hello. Welcome. Okay, guys, it's fun, fantastic, funky Friday. So we're gonna get started here, shall we? Yes, we are. We're gonna get started. Hope you guys had an amazing week. Hope you guys had they're mowing the sand and blowing the leaves today. Yep. Hope you guys had an amazing week. We're dab nab right in the middle of summer here. So, it's summer everywhere now. June, July, August, it's summer everywhere, even in those poor cold states like Michigan and Minnesota and Idaho and Iowa, all those states where it's really cold. It's summer everywhere now. And so you can just imagine just how hot it is in Florida. But that's okay. So hopefully my intention is to bring this word to you and may it provide a refreshing taste to your spiritual soul. All right. So you guys ready? It's fun, fantastic, funky Friday. You know what day it is. Let's get started. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3. It's Friday. Yeah, it's Friday. Yeah. Yay. Things are going my way. Things are going your way. It is fun, fantastic, funky Friday. Welcome again to the Ride Along with Vanessa Morning Show. We provide you 100% free coaching at your service, raw, real enlightenment at its best. So come on in, enjoy the ride as we take you higher into the dimensions of God. Yes! I just get so excited because, when you finally figure some things out, you just want everybody that you encounter to figure it out too. And, that's what we're going to do today. That's been the whole objective and the vision of Stay in Love TV, Stay in Love Motivation, is to set everybody free, set those who are captive free. And it starts right here. All right. So yeah, let's get started. Come here, hot dog. Come on. I got to just downright bribe him. He is such a foodie. I wonder why. Because I am. Come on, baby. Fresh treat. Fresh. That's right. Come on. Want your treat? Come here. I know it smells good, don't it? Ooh, it's lighting up. Ooh, wait. Come here. Come on. You got to say hello. You got to earn your keep. Come on. Say hello to everybody. Say hello. Wink, boo. Hot dog Klinger, our Ride Along mascot. You ready for your treat? Huh? Ready for your treat? Wink. You gonna wink? Wink, boo. Wink. Treat. Wink. You're like, I just want your treat. That's right. Yeah. Good boy. All right. So you guys met Hot Dog Klinger. Okay. I use Klinger, although I'm a widow. Kevin's gone. He done left us, went to another dimension, But I just like it. You know, he was my husband. Yes, he was. I was married twice, by the way. One was intentional, and one I just completely lost my mind. So that's why I claim, the clinger. I'm a Massey too. But honey, that's a whole nother video. I'm grateful for the experiences. It all rolls into the talk today because I know that I manifested both of them. I did manifest both of them, intentionally and unintentionally. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about let the manifestation begin. So I want you guys to go and grab your refreshing beverage. We're going to run a couple of ads. And when we come back, that's what we're going to be talking about. So how you guys doing? Doing good? I know I keep saying that because I want you just to finally, start to realize and ask yourself, how am I doing? Right? And if you're not awakening every day, filled with joy and gratitude in your life, keep watching. Okay? Because it's my intention to liberate you and set you free in your soul. Yes, amen. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, so here we go. So go find yourself a refreshing beverage. I got to find the talk. I email it to myself so that I can review my little talking points, and get ready for you guys. All right, so go grab yourself a refreshing beverage. And when we come back, we're going to be talking about let the manifestation begin, because it's time. It's time for you to allow the manifestation in your life to get to work for you so that you can start experiencing good life, good life, good life, good life, good life, good life. Yeah. And it's so, you know what? When I outlined, we're going to get to talk. When I outlined all of my talking points, I let these titles, right? That's the first thing I do. I come up with a title, right? It's a feeling, it's an inspiration, and then I formulate the title, right? So these talking points were formulated way before we aired the first episode, right? How ironic, right? How ironic that this wonderful young lady named Samantha Leah, right? She's on TikTok. She produced a song called Manifesting Magic, right? How ironic that she released it right in time and in aligned with today's talk. Let the manifestation begin. I'm telling you, when you finally get into the flow, everything will start going your way. So thank you, Samantha Leah, for producing that wonderful song, Manifesting Magic. It's on Amazon Music. Yeah, you guys know I love Amazon Music. So now that I've done that, I had to just give her a little prop because I just love the song, and it just makes you feel so good, and it's coming from a place of love. So thank you, my love. Go grab yourself a refreshing beverage, and when we come back, we're going to be talking about let the manifestation begin. Stay tuned.
Get ready for your now awakening. Join Michelle Massey Washington for her season finale of today's Michelleology, Monday, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Stay in Love TV. Join us, won't you? Hello, everyone. Join me and the great Michelle Massey Washington as we wrap up another season of Spiritually Speaking and Awakening. We took a deep dive into the 7 churches of Revelation this season. If you haven't had the opportunity to enjoy any of the episodes, download the Stay in Love TV app via your iOS or Android device and take advantage of these wonderful, enlightening, encouraging, empowering, and revealing episodes as we dove into the 7 churches of Revelation. So join us Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Stay in Love TV for our part 1 of our season finale. Join us, won't you? Get your copy of Mental Equation, available on Amazon and on Stay in Love TV, today's Michelleology.
7.
That's right. Get your copy of Me, Mental Equation, Michelle Massey Washington. It's available on Amazon
or you can just find it on social media and request a copy of the book, and she'll ship it out to you. But go ahead and get it on Amazon. Write it and read it, and then leave a review, right? Because it's a great book. I'm still reading it. I read it over and over again. It's just so enlightening, inspiring, and I'm just glad I just know the great Michelle Massey Washington, because she is an amazing soul, and I'm glad that she is my friend and partner and sister. That's right. Okay, so here we go, guys. Here we go. Let me get the banners up here so we can get started. Let the manifestation begin, honey. Let the manifestation begin. Okay. Scripture inspiration. Turn the car off for a few seconds. Let it get hot. Y'all know I'm gonna start it right back up. Scripture inspiration. We have quite a few. So I'm gonna read them. Yeah, I'm 4 minutes ahead, so we're good. Matthew 9:29. According to your faith shall it be done. Hebrews 11:1. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things unseen. Job 3:25. What I was afraid of has come on me. What I worried about has happened to me. Underline that. What I was afraid of has come to me, on me. What I worried about has happened to me. Ecclesiastes 1:9. What has been is the same as what it will be, and what has been done is the same as what will be done. There is nothing new under the sun. Job 21. Quit quarreling with God. Agree with him, and you will have peace at last. His favor will surround you if you will only admit that you were wrong. Listen to his instructions and store them in your heart. If you return to God and put right all the wrong in your home, then you will be restored. If you give up your lust for money and throw your gold away, then the Almighty himself, shall be your treasure. He will be your precious silver. Then you will delight yourself in the Lord and look up to God. You will pray to him and he will hear you, and you will fulfill all your promises to him. 28, highlight verse. Whatever you wish will happen, and the light of heaven will shine upon the road ahead. This is the King James Version of the 28th verse I just read. Thou shalt decree a thing, and it shall be established unto thee, and the light shall shine upon thy ways. A lot of you are familiar with that translation, but I like this translation. Whatever you wish will happen, and the light of heaven will shine upon you, upon the road ahead. Let the manifestation begin. Okay. All right. So you guys know I got a million stories, and they're all true. Everything I shared with you guys, they're all true. Every last one of them. I'm serious. Every last one of them. So, isn't it ironic? So, as I reflect on my life and everything, it all makes sense. It all makes sense. So when you figure some things out, you can trace back and piece together every expense you have and realize that none of it was wasted. Good, bad, and ugly. Okay. So we're going to talk about my jobs, right? The jobs. I mean, man. Okay. So as I reflect, and look back on all the years that I was doing everything that I was doing, when I finally decided that I wanted to represent, to be a representative of God, right? That's when everything started, Because when I was, doing whatever I want to do and fulfilling all the lusts of my flesh and everything, and just partaking in these lower vibrational energies, because they kind of fun when you don't know no better. They feel good. So when I was doing all that, everything was great, but then, when you, it's something about when you realize that, when you're made aware that you're not your own, right? When you're made aware that you are here for a reason, when you're made aware that you are here to fulfill a purpose and arrive at a destiny, that's when everything starts to just fall apart and break down. And even you, because it starts in you, right? So when I just finally just said I'm just tired of doing this, I'm just, because when this is when your awakening starts to begin in my life. This is when it happened. I started getting tired of doing all that stuff. I started getting tired of doing all the drugs and having all the sex and just doing whatever I wanted to do. It started to get old. It started to get unfulfilling. Why? Because it's a lower vibrational. And when you are a spiritual being, all that lower vibrational stuff, it'll fade away. It's designed that way. So when I was made aware of all this, I ran straight, and back to God and I used to pray, Remember, you guys know I used to do lots of cocaine and read the Bible scriptures. I was driven by fear and all that. I just got a lot of them really didn't manifest. I think they did in another life. I know I created those experiences on a lower vibrational timeline somewhere where I'm experiencing all that, everything that in my mind when I was high on crack and shit, so I know it's happening. It happened, right? It just didn't happen on this plane. Thank goodness, right? Because it wasn't part of the plan, right? Which lets me know, I'm not my own. And when you realize that, you'll be grateful for it. And you know that something bigger than yourself is orchestrating and really not manipulating, orchestrating the best for you, right? Okay, so in 2000, yeah, I'm going back 22 years. Yeah. In 2000, I left Colorado. I left Kevin. And I had decided that I wanted to shift gears because I've been working in the restaurant industry. I first was a stripper, right? So I worked in the bars and all that kind of stuff. So I gained a little experience. So, I learned to serve drinks and all that kind of stuff and food. But then I was managing restaurants. And so I wanted to get out of that, so I wanted to utilize because I went to business college, but yeah, I've lived, honey. So I went to business college and decided I wanted to use, what I've learned there, right? So 2000, I went to Key West. 2000, I came here to Florida and, registered with all the temp agencies and everything. And, I'd always have good scores because, I went to business college. I know how to type and all that kind of stuff. And I knew computers. It was just natural. So I scored very high. So I targeted thank you. Wait a minute. Wait just a minute, y'all. Good day, Spirit. Good day, Cozy. Good day, Reverend. Good day, Dolores Cannon. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Good day, Catherine Coleman. Good day, Dr. Wayne Dyer. Okay, I'm ready. Okay, so I targeted, an executive assistant, working because I always wanted to work in corporate America. I just, it's the Capricorn rising in me, right? I'm all about business and, rules and money, right? So I was just naturally drawn to working in finance. So the financial industry really took a liking to me because I knew, Excel and charts and graphs, and all this kind of stuff, analysis, because that's how I think. So I scored very well. So I was an ideal fit for these companies as an assistant. So I started marketing. I worked for all the major corporations in the world, really. And very fortunate, very blessed with that, and all of that happened. And I was doing very well. But there always was something happening. It would always end. And I couldn't figure out what it was. And I began to beat up on myself, right? I began to really just think, I nothing, and then, you start hearing, from flack from everybody else because they can't understand what's wrong with you. Why can't you keep a job? I'm like, how the hell do I know? I don't know, so I began to, wonder. I'm like, what's wrong? Why can't I keep a job? Right? So let me get this rid of that. Hopefully, yeah, very good. Okay, so hopefully. All right. And I was like, I don't know, and then I really began to, because I'm my biggest critic, right? I'm my biggest critic. I would just say, I don't know what's wrong with you and this and that and other, So Van the Bullet would come out and say, you can't do nothing, right? What's wrong with you? You might as well just go back doing what you used to do. Because at least you always had money. Now you broke and busted and disgusted. I was experiencing all that. I couldn't figure out. Sure enough, I get something, lose it. Get something, lose it. Get something, lose it. To the part where it just become a vibration. I was riding that wave, honey. You know, I'd interview very well, tested. I mean, I took tests and analysis and all the stuff, trying to figure out why I couldn't keep a job, because I wanted to really know myself, right? And I just couldn't figure it out. So I began to ride that wavelength and get good jobs. Like, I don't know what's wrong with Pam. She get all these good jobs and boom. And I just fall right back down again. And I just be like, I would be so depressed and just so like disgusted with myself, you know, just ooh, yucky. I was in the depths of despair, honey. I was singing that Hee Haw song, gloom, despair, and agony on me. You know, it was that constant lower feeling vibration of everything. And I created these scenarios. Now, unbeknownst to me, I didn't know that's what I was doing. I didn't know that I was manifesting an experience, right? But everything that I feared came upon me, right? I wanted to give you these definitions. Now, the definition of believe is to accept something as true. You feel sure of the truth of. You feel certain about it. Worry, thoughts, images, emotions, and actions of a negative nature in a repetitive, uncontrollable manner that results from a proactive cognitive risk analysis made to avoid or solve anticipated potential threats and their potential consequences. So, okay, let me repeat that because this is good. Thoughts, images, emotions. Thoughts, images, emotions, and actions of a negative nature in a repetitive, uncontrollable manner that results from a proactive cognitive risk analysis made to avoid or solve anticipated potential threats and their potential consequences. I was premeditating and a negative experience with my constant worry about, oh, if I get this, I was ahead of my experience. I was being proactive. You get ahead of it, right? When what God wanted me to do was don't get in front of it, get behind it, right? So you can design and sculpt it. I didn't know that at the time, right? And a lot of you are like that. So when you worry, you are ahead of the experience. And that's the likelihood of you having a negative one because you worry, because you're ahead of it, right? That doesn't make sense, right? So the goal is to get behind it, right? So that you can set the vibration. You can master your emotions when you get behind it. And then you can carve out and design the experience you want to have, right? So I didn't know that. I didn't know I was manifesting all this until one blessed day. One blessed day. One blessed day. 2008. Changed my life. I went through all these years, 8 years. Actually, all my life, really. But, 2008 was the day. And I was like, man, I'm just tired of losing. I really was. I was like, I'm tired of losing. I said, God, if you're so amazing, I mean, I've been serving you and doing my best, really, trying to abide by the rules. They tell you, don't have sex, don't do all this, stay away from drugs, don't drink, and all this kind of stuff. The drinking, it took me a long time to let go. It did. Thank you. But, the drugs and all that kind of stuff, that faded away. But I was like, God, if you're so amazing, why my life suck? What is wrong with me? Why do I, sure enough, I'm telling you, man, call up on me and answer me. Call up on me. And I will answer thee and show you great and mighty things. So next day, come home. Turned on Oprah. That's when they had the DVRs, right? And she was she had aired The Secret. Rhonda Byrne, all those guys on there, Dr. Michael Beth with all them people, you know. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is it. So that was the day that I decided that I was going to take my life back, that I was going to take control of my mind. And I was going to start to control my thoughts. I didn't know what I was doing, but I knew that this was a main ingredient of the next stage and the next chapter of my life experience, right? I knew it was major. How did I know that? Because it resonated in my spirit. And I really believe that, you know, your emotions can either work, everything can work for you or against you. And when you finally, you know, God wants us to experience the upside of his vibrational frequencies that's out there. He doesn't, it's not his intention. It was never his intention for us to experience the lower vibrational, negative, fear-based, all those negative things. You know, it's just for you to recognize what you do not desire to experience. That's all it was. It has to be contrast in order to give you balance. It had to, you know, I'm a believer. That makes sense to me. It's got to balance. I mean, it can't be just good all the time. It can, but if you don't know the difference, then, you know, you may get lost. And I really think the intention of the universe was it needs to be balanced. Otherwise, you don't have a choice, right? If it's just always good, there's no choice. You can choose. And when you choose, it helps you to realize what you desire, what you truly desire to experience. So there I was. I started getting into work, and I was so excited. It was like I'd been let out of a cage, right? And that was the beginning of my spiritual awakening journey, 2008. Went through a lot of stuff, had a lot of experiences, you know. 2010, I was like, man, I was so tired. And, you know, God wants you to realize and understand that in spite of everything you experience, if you don't give up and you keep going and you start accepting that it's all working out for your good, but also taking responsibility and assuming your rightful place as his wonderful creation, then you'll be on to something, right? What does this have to do with letting manifest? I'm telling you, this is it. How do you manifest though? I'm telling you, this is how you do it. You're always manifesting something. Always. I'm manifesting right now. What vibrational wavelength, what feeling do you have, right? It just told you what worry was, right? So if worry is this, thoughts, images, emotions, and actions of a negative nature in a repetitive, uncontrollable manner that results from a proactive cognitive risk analysis made to avoid us or solve anticipated potential threats and their potential consequences. If that's worry, what is faith? The same. It's just a different level. It's a different frequency, right? It's a different feeling. It's a different vibe, whatever you want to call it. It's a different vibe. So when you step into faith, right? Thoughts, images, emotions, and actions of a positive nature in a repetitive, uncontrollable manner that results from a proactive cognitive risk analysis made to not avoid, made to solve anticipated potential experiences and their potential consequences. Okay. Repetitive thoughts, feelings, and emotions, right? That's manifestation. So when you have faith, you choose. Am I going to worry about all this stuff by thinking what potentially could happen? Or am I going to start producing and operating in faith? Because faith is substance of things hoped for, right? So am I going to exist in this space of faith and start creating, not worry, but start working on creating an experience I like to, a life I like to experience, right? Manifesting. Everybody, you know, this is the name of the game right here. This is really a hot topic for everybody. Everybody talking about manifesting all this stuff. I mean, TikTok. And you know, I ain't mad at everybody. I ain't mad. Because let me tell you something. When you get on that frequency, this is what I love about TikTok, because it's the algorithm, right? It anticipates. You start riding that wavelength, you'll start getting all these TikToks about in the next 30 days, you're gonna be sitting on the pile of cash. Why not? Why not ride that wavelength? And this time next year, you're gonna be in a better place. That's encouraging to me. I mean, so I'm gonna ride that wavelength, because I much rather see that repetitive, right? Repetitive images. So thou shalt decree a thing and it shall be established. What you wish will happen. That's wishing, baby. I'm going to be wishing on that, everything that's good for me to experience while I'm in this lifetime, right? I know it's a game. I know that. So I'm going to play it well by operating at the highest frequency that I can possibly can, so that I can experience the best possible timeline and ride that wave. If you're going to sit and worry, why? Then you go and you expect something to change. That's crazy. And we all know God is not the author of confusion. And you have to choose today to let the manifestation begin in your life. How are you going to do that? I'm telling you, when I started that in 2008, 2010, I really just decided. It's all about deciding, When you decide something, the universe will bend and move to accommodate that decision. But you also have to execute and carry out that decision you made. Otherwise, it'll fall to the ground and produce nothing. So what I did when I decided, actually it was kind of decided for me, but I had decided, and I was like, man, I'm done. This is what I'm gonna do. And I just began to get into the flow of what I was experiencing, right? I began to get in the flow of that. So I lived off on my unemployment and food stamps, because I'd worked. I had a lot of jobs. I made quite a bit of good money. So I was doing okay, and I found favor, because let me tell you something. When you finally yield and humble yourself on the mighty hand of God, He's going to make sure that all provision be made for you right where you are. And you'll be in peace and safety. But you have to wake up and recognize and realize where you are in the flow, right? Where are you in a manifested flow? See, so all those years, right? I had been writing and manifesting these negative experiences because I was in a repetitive cycle state of worry and fear, right? So I had to experience it. So here's the thing about shifting. People don't tell you what happens with the shift, right? When you start shifting, there are a lot of things that have to break down and crumble so that you can get on a different wavelength. You have to go down when you experience a shift. Otherwise, you'll keep trending. So I was on this trend, right, of fear and failure and all that. That's what I was riding. So when I begin to shift, everything, when you shift, when you're going to take a downturn. Why? Because you're changing. You're trending, you're shifting from one trend to another. So you will experience a downturn. Expect it. It's really good. So when you experience that downturn, right, then that is when things start to level. And that's when you can start. When you start to level, that's why I say level up, right? But you have to level first. So when you're trending down, when everything is falling apart, look up, baby, because your redemption draws nigh. And then when you get low, rock bottom, when you hit rock bottom, that lets you know, okay, this is it. So when I was living in that rooming house, I'd hit rock bottom. I've done it many times, but this was a decided rock bottom. I decided, okay, you know what? I decided to change my life today. I don't want to experience no more broken hearts. I don't want to experience no more rejection. So when you decide something, baby, the universe will move and accommodate that decision. So when I hit the rock bottom, that's when I got to work, right? Because see, those 2 years prior, I was learning about manifestation. I was listening to Rhonda Byrne, and I was listening to The Secret. I was listening to all of these mentors and stuff on YouTube because I didn't have no money to pay nobody, right? So I was putting in the work. So those 2 years, I was like prepping myself, right? So when I hit rock bottom, living in that rooming house, I still found favor. Why? Because I've been doing a little manifesting, but I still had some stuff that needed to be worked out. See, so when you level up, when you start to when you hit rock bottom, right? God universe is going to say to you, okay, baby, you ready? I'm going to work with you because we're going to work in parallel because now I got to put you on the fast track because you have a destination in 2020 that I need you to get to. And in order to do that, you have to work in parallel with me. So while you're putting in the work by getting yourself together and starting to change your vibrational frequency, I'm going to create these experiences for you in real time. But also you have to work on some karma. So he's the author and finisher, right? So he knows that story. So he says to you, okay, this is the solution, baby. This is the solution. You're going to hit rock bottom, but get to work because now you're on the fast track. And now you're getting ready to trend up. You're getting ready to level up. So I didn't know that at the time, but I know it now. So all those experiences I had since 2010, right? That's how I know it's certain. All those things that I knew that I was experiencing, saying love stayed with me. That's when it was birthed. 2 years later in 2012. Why? Because I took from 2010 to 2012. I was leveled. I'd hit rock bottom, but I was changing my frequency. I was changing my vibration. Right? So when you think that ain't nothing happening, no, baby, you getting ready to level up because you're changing your frequency. You're changing your vibration and you're clearing away all that mess that you created by worrying through your past life. So you are now dead, baby. But get ready because you're getting ready to rise like the phoenix. Everybody think you dead and all this kind of stuff. And all God wants you to do is isolate and keep working. Because guess what? You getting ready to rise like the phoenix, baby. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. So all that's happening, right? I didn't know what was doing, but I was putting in. I was learning and growing how to maximize my creativity. I was learning and growing. I was nurturing my soul so that I can become a better vibrational being, so that I can master my thoughts, so that I can eliminate worry and fear out of my cognitive state, out of my mentality. So some things, years now. Think about that. If it took you 42 years, it took me 42 years now to become a fear-based, worry ward, low self-esteem, low self-worth. Make no mistake, it's going to take a little longer than 6 months for you to get yourself together, okay? But it's worth it, baby. It is worth it. So if you realize, hey, I was a hot mess, but honey, let me tell you something. If you get to the rock bottom and you realize that that's what happened but honey, that's a good sign. That lets you know it's all cleared away. That lets you know you've changed vibrational frequencies when you hit rock bottom. If you have been doing the work, if you've been thinking about it repetitively and you think, ain't nothing going right. It ain't happening for me. Yes, it is, baby. Yes, it is. Because you're changing frequencies. So now that you've hit rock bottom, let the manifestation begin. Get to work. I'm telling you. I look back on it, guys. 2010, I remember. I didn't have any money. Living on unemployment. But I had peace, y'all. I had peace. Because I finally figured it out. I was like, God, I will do it. I've decided. I will work with you now instead of against you. See, that worry and fear and all that, you're working against God. You're working against the God in you. There's a contrast. And that's why nothing ever good will happen in your life, because you're working against what's for you. And I said, God, I'm ready. And I just lay there. I didn't have nothing else to do. I get up, I apply for my jobs online. If I didn't have no interviews that day, I'm like, man, I'm meditating. I lay down, have my earplugs in, and I just meditate. And I could feel it working. I could feel it working. And I get up and I go for a walk, and I was changing frequencies until one blessed day. One blessed day, y'all. I'm telling you, you'll start seeing signs. December, I'm turning a corner. I'm going for a walk. And I see these big letters, joy. I'm like, I'm getting ready to start experiencing joy. Now, that took a few years for me to finally experience joy, but that was my clue. The universe will send you signs if you just believe. If you believe. If you put in the work. If you do what is necessary. If you let the manifestation begin in your life, you can change your life. You can change you. Let me stop hollering. If you do what is necessary. So that was 12 years ago. You probably think, man, 12 years, that's a long time. No, it ain't. It seemed like it was only 4 or 5 days ago. It was worth it. It was such a great experience. That's why my slogan, one of my slogans, let's go on a spiritual ride, honey. I was on a spiritual ride for those 12 years. And I've learned a lot. And it's my intention to share it with you. I know. See, when you finally know what your purpose is, you kind of yield to the mighty hand of God so he can humble you in due time. See? So when you yield to him, then that lets you know that, you've humbled yourself so that he can exalt you. Good day, Denise, my love. Good day. So good to see you. Good day, co-host. I was caught up in the moment, y'all. I saw y'all, but I couldn't stop. Good day, everybody. Good day, good day, good day. So when you realize that that you have to work with the God in you, right? That's when you partner. That's when you can become one. When you finally get into agreement with the God in you. When you're operating worry, fear, doubt, anger, what did he tell Job? Quit quarreling with God. Why are you arguing with God? Quit quarreling with God, the God in you. Learn to love yourself. Instead of saying, what's wrong with you? Why can't you keep a job? You say, you know what? That was a great experience. Look at all those people you prayed for. Change the way you look at things. The things you look at change. Thank you, Dr. Wayne. That's why I know you showed up today. So every time you experience what appears to be a disappointment, a setback, change how you look at it. Turn those lemons into lemonade. That's what that finally makes sense to me now. Something that seems so bitter in your life, if you put a little sweetness in it, you can make it a refreshing beverage. So the next time you experience a loss, disappointment, say, you know what? Look at all the value you brought. Even if it's just for 3 months, even if it was just for 6 weeks. Look what you learned about people and learned about yourself. Because you created that experience. When you finally accept that, that helps you to realize just how powerful you are. And you say, you know what, God, I get it now. I am the master of my soul. I am the master of my fate. Because you, the master, dwells in me. I'm telling you. So, brethren and sisters, let the manifestation begin in your life by finally partnering up with the God in you, by becoming one with him. And when you do, it may seem like you are trending down. But when all hell is breaking loose in your life, look up, for your redemption draws now, and you will begin to level up in your life and trend. And the next thing you know, you'll be in a different timeline. The timeline where you are experiencing everything that you manifested. So what if you're delusional? Who gives a rip? Honey, you're in a state of joy. And we know that joy of the Lord is my strength. That's where your power is, baby. Thank you, Denise, my love. That's your superpower just by being you. So when you finally change states, right? See, all that trending down, it has to happen. It has to happen. I didn't realize that. I didn't know that. I thought, well, here I go again. Getting kicked out of another place. Being rejected again. Because, now dig this now. This was 2010 when all this happened, right? So from 2008 to 2010, I was putting in the work. I was listening to my videos and listening to Esther Hicks and all these people and getting that feeling good, right? See, this is what it is, right? Your cup will begin to run over. And that's a good thing because you're pouring in all that goodness and it's mixing with that badness, you want to call it, negative stuff. So it's mixing in and it can't do that. It's like oil and water. It don't mix. So eventually it begins to separate. So when it separates, that's when everything has to be poured out. You have to separate it from the oil from the water, right? And then when that happens, then you can finally work with something. So that's what that trending down is. You're leveling, you're hitting rock bottom because it's separating. The oil and water, the negative and the positive is separating and it's clearing away. So when it clears away, then you know, okay, it's working. So instead of things may happen. I'm not even gonna create no scenarios for you. But when things just happen that that's not ideal. Change how you're looking at it. If you've been putting in the work now, if you've been worrying and everything, you just living the dream. But if you have put in the work, an exact opposite is happening, get excited, baby. It's taking a turn for the worse. No, baby, you're taking a turn for the better. I'm a living witness. Living witness. Okay, so 2010 that happened, right? 2012, 2013, had to move back in with my parents because I got kicked out again. But see, I didn't realize that I was getting ready to level up. I didn't know that. See, that time of isolation, I needed that so that I could change my vibrational frequency because of what was coming. See, if he's the author and finisher of your faith, he knows what's coming. You do too, but you just don't know it. So when that happened, I moved back in with my parents. So I already had the habits down because I had 2 years of practice. So I had perfected meditating, controlling my emotions, all this kind of stuff, right? So I knew what I needed to do. So now I had to get to work on my karma. See what I'm saying? So all that while, 2013, 14, 15, 16, working on my karma. Remember now, I told you, operating parallel. So the author and finisher knows what's the most important and what needs to come and how it fits, right? So I had to get that down. I had to get that study time in it, that preparation time, that practice time in meditating, so that wherever, because the next chapters, I needed to have that because I was getting ready to. I was moving and shifting, right? To spend a few months with my mom and dad here. Then I went to Mississippi, spent time with my mom after my sister died. All the stuff, but I was still meditating. I was still manifesting what I wanted to experience, right? I was moving, shifting. But I still had love and support. Why? Because I created that for myself before, right? I didn't end up in prison or living on some bench. I was with my family, right? And it was all trying to teach me about unconditional love. It was all trying to teach me that God was for me. It was all trying to teach me that it was all working out for my good. So as I humbled myself before God, he began to exalt me. Why? Because I humbled myself. Yet I was still doing the work. I remember, guys, 2015, 2016, they told me I had cancer, girl. And I was like, well, if I'm gonna die, I might as well go home and smoke pot all day. If I got cancer, I'm going out laughing, right? So I decided that, right? I was like, well, I had a good life after I stopped crying. I was like, yeah, I had a good life. I'm grateful that I'm on this side of it, right? So I said, well, I'm gonna go home and just, live off my disability and smoke pot all day with my mom and laugh. My mom don't smoke pot, but that's if that ever happened, that's what I'm doing, y'all. I'm serious. So 2015, 2016, guess what I attracted? Conversations with God by Neil Donald Walsh. And I listened to that. All versions. All volumes. I listened to it on YouTube because I didn't have the money, remember? So I'm listening to all this stuff, and I just begin to expand my consciousness. And when you expand your consciousness, you're actually expanding your soul, and you're increasing the value of your soul. Beloved, I wish you prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prosper. So when you're expanding your consciousness, you are prospering your soul, man. All that was happening. And see, when you do that, you make space for more revelation to show up, more enlightenment to hit you. And that's why sometimes you can just be walking, all of a sudden, boom, you get a revelation, and your spirit just starts jumping up and down with joy. Because that's how it works. 2015, 2016. And then George Michael died. Okay, so now I'm like, oh my God, I'm crying. I'm still drinking now, y'all, at that time. So I'm a little drunk, and I'm crying. So, but then something happened. Another revelation. God's grace endure forever. That's why I stand by. That's my number one Bible scripture. Besides wisdom is the principal thing. They neck and neck. And that's when I was made aware. Thank you. Thank you, Pastor Carl Lentz. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir. When you change your soul, then your behavior would change. When you get your soul right, then your behavior will change, right? So I said, that's it. 2016. I released a series on soul transformation. Wrote my book 2017. Spoke at a conference 2017, 2018. I was trending up. So in 2016, I began to trend up. 2017, came back to Florida. 2018, took a little dip. 2019, took a little dip. 2020, I trended up, and I finally began to level up. So I've been riding this wave for 2 years. But it started at rock bottom. Okay? So I want you guys to understand that. When you understand, name your soul, it has your karma records that reveals to you what you're working with. Okay? The Akashic records. Okay, I get that. So there's lots of karmic things that you must reconcile, settle. So if you feel like it's just nothing, just everything, you're operating in parallel. Eventually, the dog you feed the most will win. So if you're feeding your manifestation and you're building up eventually, and about humbling yourself on the mighty hand, see, then you're writing the script of that next chapter you want to experience based on a feeling, a vibration, a frequency. So let the manifestation begin in your life today. Today. It's all working out for your good, my loves. It's all working out for your good. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, sharing, caring. I want to thank you guys for everything. You know, I just love it. I just love doing it. And I know that very soon, yeah, I'm already doing it 100%. Soon and very soon. It's going to be like this. And I'll just be able to pop in whenever I get ready with y'all. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for caring. Join me and the great Michelle Massey Washington on Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Stay in Love TV or the Stay in Love TV app. Download it to your iOS or Android, where we are wrapping up another season of Spiritually Speaking and Awakening. It's the season finale, part 1. And we took a dive into the 7 churches of Revelation, and we're going to be focused on that, the corrupted bride, parts 1 and 2. So join us right here, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Stay in Love TV. And then Monday morning, 7 a.m. Gotta get up early in the morning and join Michelle Massey Washington for the season finale of today's Michelleology. You did it, girl. You did it. Your first season. Yay! Michelle Massey Washington on today's Michelleology, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Stay in Love TV. Guys, thank you so much. And I really appreciate all that you do. So until next week on the Ride Along with Vanessa Morning Show, I am Vanessa Klinker, your intuitive life strategist and life coach motivator. Stay in love, everybody. Thank you. Mwah.
Stay in Love TV is your production to distribution solution to getting your message seen and heard. Having your own TV show with Stay in Love TV has never been easier than now. Stay in Love TV gives you the power to share your message with the world. Stop watching TV and start being watched on TV. Stay in Love TV offers real-time multicasting, all with one click. This opportunity puts you on the world stage with an audience of over 200 million. In addition to your low monthly subscription fees, you will also receive monthly network coaching and training from the network itself to ensure that before your first show premieres, you are set up for success. We at Stay in Love TV bring over 20 years experience in sales, marketing, advertising, and business development. Stay in Love TV, purposeful entertainment driven by love, empowered with passion,